And that is very important to children. They want to feel accepted. And one of the biggest things that we can do is to really accept children's feelings. So children, just like all of us, have a huge variety of feelings, and they have a lot of negative feelings. And even in this, our first power struggle that you saw, the mom didn't even tune into her feelings, didn't accept her feelings, that she didn't want to come, that it was hard for her to stop. She didn't accept those at all. She just kind of...
Kids with ADHD or autism want to be independent. Try Goalie, the visual scheduler that guides them through routines so you don't have to. Goalie, reinventing routines.
Blocked those, stepped on those feelings, and then we see behavior. Because children communicate how they feel, what they need with their behavior. So oftentimes our kids will kind of show us how they feel. Young kids, if they're upset and angry, they're going to show us by hitting or screaming or fighting or saying, I don't like you, you're a mean dad, those kinds of things. You know, older children or teenagers, they're going to slam doors, they're going to roll their eyes, they're going to not do their chores. That's how they express their feelings. And if we just focus on the behavior, we really miss the opportunity to help our children manage their feelings, express their feelings in a better way, and get their needs met. So we really want to tune into what the feelings are with our children. And what you really need to know is that feelings are not good or bad, they're not right or wrong, they just are. And I think today in our culture, any kind of negative feeling, any kind of anger or rage or disappointment or frustration or worry or scare, anytime we see that in our kids, those become like bad or unwanted feelings. We get worried, ooh, is this a sign of depression? Is this going to be low self-esteem? Those feelings, as a parent, it's so hard for us to see our children having those feelings that we start to get a little reactive with that. And it's okay. All feelings, truly all feelings are healthy.
For families living with ADHD or autism, preventing meltdowns is everything. Goalie reduces stress by enabling kids to complete routines independently. Goalie, reinventing routines.
And they actually need to be expressed. It's when feelings are not expressed, that's what creates stress. That's what creates the distress. So we really want to look for those opportunities. And I think what we tend to do is when we see, this exaggerated feeling or the big feeling, we're like, oh boy, and we want to just block it. We really want to stop it. And our intention is really good. Our intention is we want to know, it's no big deal. Get over it. You can handle it. That's what our intention is. But when we do block it, we really send a different message to kids. So just so you can get a feel for what I'm talking about, imagine if your son was crying hysterically because dad was going away one night for a business trip. So you imagine you're trying to get out the door. You're just trying to say goodbye and get out the door. So what might come out of your mouth? Sometimes we might say things like, well, first of all, one of the first things we might do, we might just avoid telling the child altogether. Slip out the back, right? So we can avoid the feeling. But that doesn't help. That doesn't, that kind of sends the message that I can't even deal with that feeling. Or we might say something, you don't need to cry. I'm going away for one night. I need to work. I need to work to pay for your toys in this house that we live in. So we kind of scold the feeling, like the feeling's wrong to have. Or we might say, oh, you're not sad that I'm going to work. I go to work every day and I come home every night. You won't even miss me. It's only one day. So we kind of deny that they have the feeling. Or we make them feel guilty. You're crying because I have to be away for one night. It's only one night. Many daddies don't get to come home at all. You make them feel guilty for their feeling. We lecture, I've told you a million times. I am traveling. I am going away for one night. It's not that big of a deal. I expect you to be a big boy and handle this. We might punish. You know what? If you need to cry, you need to go in your room.
Kids with ADHD or autism want to be independent. Try Goalie, the visual scheduler that guides them through routines so you don't have to. Goalie, reinventing routines.
Just kind of send them off. Maybe we'll rescue. Oh, you know what? I can stay for 5 more minutes. Don't cry. Or, if you're good, I'll bring you back a special toy. So, and sometimes we do. Sometimes we bribe or we reward with toys, with food, with all these special things, so they don't have to have that feeling. Or we may be sarcastic. You're the one crying. I'm the one that has to go to work. I should be crying. So we say all these things, and our hope truly is that, that they understand that it's not a big deal, that they can handle the situation. But that's actually not what the message we send. We actually send the message that, you should not feel the way you do feel. And then that really ultimately teaches kids not to trust their gut. Or we send the message, I don't like the way you feel. And so kids learn quickly that they're going to have to hide those feelings. Or they learn to kind of become pleasers and kind of deny that part of themselves. They might learn that some feelings are okay and some feelings are not okay. And any of those feelings, what happens is what they do is they kind of push all those feelings inside. And then the feelings are going to come out one way or the other. So they're going to come out through misbehavior, or they're going to go really deep inside, and kids will begin to disconnect from that part of themselves, disconnect from the feeling. And that really creates problems in their relationships as they develop. And that's not our intention. We don't want to send any of those messages. So what do we want to do when we see these intense feelings in our kids? It's easy. What we need to do is we just need to accept it. They truly are okay. We don't need to like it. We don't need to agree with their feeling. We just accept it and we empathize.